Yo, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, Chris? How you doing?
Not too bad, brother. How about yourself?
Good, man. Just got back from the meeting. Just got refreshed. Just getting back settled for real.
Gotcha. Totally understand.
Yeah, just been busy. Just trying to figure out life for real. Just getting a part of these opportunities that's coming forth and just taking things day at a time for real.
That's all you can do. Best way to do it.
Yeah, but I appreciate you for stopping by, my guy. Um, First question I got for you, man. Just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what projects you working on currently
Per-
at the moment.
Got you, man. Chris Gunther, native of Youngstown, Ohio, Southside, born and raised, host and producer of the Chris Gunther Show, where I've been able to, do a lot of high school basketball coverage, and then got a chance to start doing things with a lot of celebrities, and now I'm working with the NBA G League. So it's been a long time coming, man. But just putting one foot in front of the other.
No doubt. So when you in those type of rooms, what's the atmosphere like?
Just got to stay focused, can't be a fan too much because people can kind of pick up on whether you're serious or not. So you got to remember you're there to do a job. So when you're there to do a job, you stay focused on what that job is, but you still kind of take a deep breath and just say, wow, like I'm really here.
No doubt. Yeah, definitely tune in to some of your YouTube videos and then also your videos you publish and put out on Instagram, Facebook, things like that. That's be inspirational and something I kind of want to get into is, as far as like being able to shed a light on other people is basically why I want to get you on here because I definitely like and enjoy watching the things you're doing. And hopefully, all the hard work you're putting in and manifesting right now in the name of Jesus that that will lead to further and bigger opportunities for you to network and reach, different people throughout the world because it's bigger than just us.
Absolutely.
With the work that we doing, we paving the way for not only ourselves, but for many generations to come. And, that's the whole purpose and the whole goal of my platform, the things that I do. I'm not perfect.
Hmm.
Hey, if I can post a video each day and I'm only able to reach at least one person, that one person get in touch and then you'll be motivated to keep going.
All the way, all the way, man. I totally understand.
We both from the same city, Youngstown natives, so we both know how the city is.
Oh yeah.
That's something big, as far as the violence, the crime rates, the poverty rates,
Hmm.
just living in a city where people don't even really live to see 18. But it's a blessing for us to still be even to be standing here and ain't incarcerated. We don't got no record. So, that's always a blessing.
It
And
is, man. I'll be 29 in a couple weeks. So I'm just kind of sitting back thinking, like, man, I'm really blessed because, like, I know people who didn't live past middle school, and then I know people who didn't live past high school. Some people, started messing around with drugs and got caught up wrong place, the wrong time. But at the getting 28 going on 29, man, I can say I'm truly blessed, man.
no doubt. So looking back on where you from, what's a city or state or country that you can see yourself moving to in the future?
Not 100% sure, like just because I've been around for a little bit, but I'm only there for like a couple days and I'm out. Like I don't get a chance to like frequently go back as much. So that one's kind of hard for me, but you just never know what can happen. But the places I've been able to go has been pretty cool. And it's all about expansion too. So I'm pretty sure, my wings will be expanded here real soon.
for sure. You know, it's a piece where I kind of often see myself going into it's a business standpoint, then it's a connection standpoint. Let's say if I want to bring a popular artist or a celebrity on my channel, my podcast, or want to promote something that I want to be a part of or am a part of, sometimes this don't come into play with money, that time management, and then also
Mhm.
you got to make those connections. I mean, it is some celebrities out there that's willing to, hop on Zoom calls and podcasts, it's like how we doing. But I know I want to express the narrative that there's some people that ain't, they're gonna expect you to have that money in place. And that's something that I just, try to be smart on about, just having money and then putting it in the right places. Because when you have a business,
Mhm.
which you don't have to and want to spend money in order to expand, such as that, those videos you make as far as the equipment, like that video that you
Mhm.
made helped me. I actually purchased those lavender wireless mics.
There you go, man. Little by little. Yes, sir. See, this
Yeah,
is one of the main reasons why I did that video is because I think I was on a break from all of the interviews that I had already done. I think I had just reached 500 at that time. And I was like, man, I feel like I have so much knowledge that I can give, and I just wanted to, help out. And I was like, I've done a lot of trial and error with a lot of the microphones that I've used. And
right,
some of the most popular ones I've like used have been, the ones where they're considered lavaliers, where you just put them onto your shirt and then you just go from there. And but the thing is, like, I have a whole variety of ones. Like, obviously, I'm using one now that's, plugged into the laptop, but there are some that are compatible straight with your phone and tablets, whatever the case is. So I just wanted to, try to help out. And hey, if I could help one person, I've done my job. So I helped you out. I'm like, all right, cool. Now let's go ahead and help somebody else out.
right. I definitely like how you able to clip it on. It's wireless. First off, you watching this, that's a great starting kit to get. Yeah, I think I only paid,
Absolutely.
I
Yes,
think it was
sir.
like $14 for that. But I'm upset because I end up breaking it. The chipping part, I put it into my phone right here, and
Yep. Trial and error, bro.
I put it in my pocket, and what happened? I heard a big snap. So it snapped. I mean, it still worked, but I didn't want that chip getting stuck into my charger input section because if that happened, then I can't even charge my phone, and I don't even know
Yeah.
how to get that out. So I
Trust me,
had
man. I
to,
know all about it. I know all about it. Trial and error. But that's what you do. Like, you gotta really pick and choose your battles, and really have to say, okay, I'm gonna try this. If this doesn't work, go back to the drawing board, try a different one.
right.
And I know all about it, bro. Trust me. I've been there myself. I really do.
That's why I wanna be able to try different types of equipment and also have more than one resource for equipment. That way, if something like that happens, I can just pick this up. Oh, this gonna work. Let me just go ahead and throw this on. I got a meeting at 4.
Yep.
Like the
Been there
mic,
myself, bro.
like the mic you got, I want to get something like that, like a stand-up microphone to sit on like a platform or a desk, so that way when guests come through, I can have like a water bottle and they can have a mic,
Mm-hmm.
place to be able to speak into that. But that's again with the finances that come into play into doing that. You got a business, you got to be prepared for those type of moments.
Oh yeah, but I think one of the best things that I was taught is you just go one step at a time.
Right,
Rome wasn't built in a day. God didn't build everything in one day. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So you just got to take it one day at a time, get what you can get at the moment, and then you build upon it. Like, a lot of people see the stuff I use, and I'm grateful for it, but I got all of that over time. Like, I didn't get it all at once because I just knew that was not possible.
So I saw some of the products you got in that video definitely come with a price, but
Yeah, but
what I
it's worth
can
it.
say is the higher the price, I feel like sometimes the better the product. And
Yeah.
it depends on what it is too.
Oh, 100%, man. And I think one of the coolest things too that I have been able to do is, kind of go back and watch some of the previous Chris Gunther episodes I did back in 2018. And when you see the growth from 18 to 24, you see it's been consistent progression, not just with guests, but with appearance, with the way
Right.
that it sounds and the way that it comes out. It's all been a progression little by little.
right. And that's something like or I had actually a mentor of mine invited me over to his house and he was giving me lessons on how to speak in front of crowds and not just how to seem like boring, but you also got to feel and be enthusiastic and engaging for that crowd of people that you trying to reach to listen to you and feel what you got saying. Because if you just getting up there just to talk, they not gonna tune in and engage with you, and that's not what you want.
Hmm.
And it was kind of challenging and hard for me because I feel like it was that constructive criticism that I don't like to take, but in this industry and in life, really, you got to take criticism. You got to be ready to, fix whatever it is in life that you may be lacking in.
I mean, everybody's gonna get criticized at something. It's just remember who is doing the critiquing because what I've had to do in recent years is I've blocked out a lot of people that were trying to criticize me who haven't accomplished anything. I don't take criticism from unfruitful people. If I've accomplished a lot in a short amount of time and you haven't accomplished anything, but you're trying to criticize me, I don't pay attention to people like that. I just block it out, keep it pushing because people always going to talk. So you might as well give them something to talk about. Now, if somebody, has been in the game for a little bit and they can help you out and not even so much criticize, but they just trying to give you some pointers, and then the people that you need to rock with and listen to. But hey, sometimes, people like to just give you a lot of their opinions about what you should be doing and it kind of doesn't and like if it doesn't work for me then I know good and well I'm not going to listen to it. So sometimes you just got to block them out, tell them thank you for your time and just move on to the next.
So yeah, definitely be people, trying to critique and tell others what to do, but really they don't know what we've been through or what we've been trying to do. So you
Yeah,
can't speak on what the next man or woman doing because you don't know what they're trying to do or actually put out. And then that comes into play if people support you. Like I think we had this conversation. Like even friends, family, sometimes they not always gonna support you. And in this industry, we gotta really start from the bottom.
got no choice because of number one, where we come from. Youngstown is not a big market. Ohio in general isn't a big one either. So, you have to work twice as hard, but that's why you have to go out. Like, one of the things that I started doing with the Chris Gunther show was I was very strategic in how it was time to start making pivots and how it was time to, start to branch out from just Youngstown. Notice a lot of the stuff I do now is outside of here and that was intentional. Don't get me wrong, I'm always gonna put on for home. Home is always gonna be where my heart is at. But in order to elevate, you got to grow. And, sometimes you can't accomplish as much as you want at home. So now you got to, fly a little bit and see what else you can do because just being realistic, celebrities ain't just going to be coming here every weekend. That's just not happening. Youngstown is not Cleveland, it's not Columbus. But those of us that are from here go to where they're at. Go to where they're at and make it worth, your dime, make it worth your while, get the content, do what you got to do, build up those relationships, and you just keep stacking them good days little by little.
Yeah, because I've been looking at like I even from Columbus, Ohio, I still look at YKBN every day. I still look at the Mahoney County current index list just to see what's going on in the city and just to tap in with family, by me watching, the news, I found out some news that was going on within the family that the family didn't tell me. So it was on the media, so I had to learn from that. It was hard taking it in, but that's life and it come with, triumphs and hard times. But that's when God comes to play that allow us to keep going, keep striving. And if you're watching this, I challenge you and I encourage you to create a relationship with him, if you don't already have one with him, because
That's the greatest relationship you'll ever have.
yeah, and my
That's
belief.
the greatest one. Like people see all the people who I've been able to meet and connect with. And there are people who, like, I know for a fact have accomplished way more than me in this industry, and I'm grateful for it. But, God's favor is very real. I am not ashamed to call on God's name. And everybody who knows me, they'll tell you that, yeah, Chris is a Christian, but he's probably one of the most down to earth people that you'll ever meet. I don't go out here preaching to people, shaking the mic 24/7 and condemning people to hell. That's not how you gonna win people. You gotta be an effective witness by how you live. And you also got to have some fruit by it too. And when people come in contact, they're going to ask you, man, like, how come you just are such a good person? Like, what's the secret? And then you just go from there. People are going to remember how you treat them, but you got to remember who you're serving as you're treating them too. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm nobody that is perfect. I don't try to be perfect because I know that's not going to happen. It's just some stuff I stand for and some stuff I do not stand for. But I mean, hey, I'm the kind of person, man. I've always been a very approachable person, but there's some things I will never compromise on. And because I stood on my beliefs and I stood on what I do, that's one of the reasons I've been able to be so successful in what I've been doing.
So that's definitely something that comes into play with everything in life. Just actually just knowing your purpose and then also knowing what God has for you and what you think that you're gonna do, the plans that He has for you can, be different from what you think. So as I think I talked about it in the video, when God said you gotta go, you gotta go. Like it's just I don't know, you just gotta be prepared for it. And that's just like, when it comes into prayer and when you speak, things into life, it's the tongue and mouth. Like say something bad's gonna happen today, 9 out of 10 times something's bad gonna happen that day. But if you come in an interview, be like, I'm manifesting right now in the name of Jesus, and I'm gonna walk out this door right now with a job. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get that job because one, you got belief. And without belief, I feel like you can't accomplish nothing. It starts within you. Nobody else can do it for you but you. So if you watching, I need you to know that, first, all things are possible through Christ. But first, you have to believe in yourself in order to achieve what you're trying to achieve or accomplish.
Yeah, you gotta always walk in with faith and also walk in with your head held up. And what I've learned in the last couple years, especially, doing what I've been doing, what's for you is never gonna pass you up. You gotta just keep working. You gotta just put one foot in front of the other. And just remember, man, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So because it's a marathon and it's not a sprint, I mean, hey, you just take it one day at a time.
So like looking back on some of the videos and collaborations that you do with other people, how do you go about, reaching out to these people on bigger platforms or collaborating with different, well-known people throughout the world?
I pray and I shoot my shots. I know it sounds very cliche, but that's really all I do. I pray and I shoot my shots and I just keep shooting until I just got to keep shooting. That's the best way that I can explain it.
Yeah, social media is crazy. Like, recently, lately, like my profile been getting likes, views from record labels. Um, it's just a mysterious text. I got a text from G Herbo the other day telling me to text some number. No previous before this until before I used to rap and make music when I was younger, when I used to get views from record labels and people higher up.
Hmm.
Once I sent that text, opportunities start coming through. People from other countries are now reaching out to me to promote or wear their brand. I'm getting more opportunities, and it's just all a blessing to be able to be a part of those things, and just also just shine a light for people that feel like have no voice. Because I used to live in Youngstown. When I was young, I feel like I didn't have a voice, and I was always scared to speak up and speak on different subjects and topics. But now that I'm older and more mature, I'm able to, speak for myself, but not only for myself, because I know there's other people in the world that's going through, similar things that I may be facing in life.
Yeah, man. And I think just coming from where we come from, we just know how hard a lot of this stuff can be. And when you know how hard it is, that's why you appreciate all the little wins, just because you know how hard it was to get it.
Sure. Yeah, definitely coming from Youngstown, Ohio. You don't know about it, you definitely gonna hear about it because a lot of great people, that came and been born and raised in the city, such as like Maurice Claret. I look up to him. He went through some stuff, went to prison, got locked up, was on drugs, doing different things that, he shouldn't have been doing. But, God and with God, he changed his life around. And God, I want to say that he kind of made a story or example out of him because once he, realized what he was doing wrong, he corrected himself and now is trying to facilitate, motivate, push other people to keep going and, be better and strong and courageous and whatever it is in life that you do. We all gonna face, adversity, hard times and, make mistakes, but it's not about how many mistakes we make. It's about how we learn from it and push forward.
100%. Everything is a learning experience. Everything is a learning experience.
Got any projects you working on now?
I'm always working on something, just stay
For
tuned. That's
sure.
the best thing I'm always working on something. I never announce it. I just do it.
Nah, that's the best way to do it. That's crazy that you said that because a few hours ago, I was gonna post something on Instagram like dates and places I was gonna be, but I'm like, nah, God held me back because I'm like, why reveal it when I do it? People gonna see it. So like, what I do is I go to different entertainment venues, make coverage on it, spice it up, and get my intake, and then share with the world and see what other people think of it because if I can find more than one way to attract people to listen to me and follow me and engage, the
Hmm.
better I will be than rather than just focusing on one thing. It's always gonna come into one thing with motivation, but there's so much out there in the world that we can do to promote and get people to engage and be motivated and keep going. So I'm learning that as I'm going along on my journey as well.
I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. Your journey is your journey. You just got to keep going.
For sure. So like in the beginning of your process, when you wasn't really getting a lot of buzz, what kept you motivated as far as to keep going and keep pushing and just knowing that you wanted to firmly stand on doing what you're doing and walking in your purpose and continue to do it.
Biggest motivation was the fact that I knew I wanted to keep going. I knew where I wanted to end up at, and I knew in order for me to get there, I had to just keep fighting. And you got to go through a lot of stuff behind the scenes that most people will never know about unless I talk about it. But the biggest thing was I knew I got to keep this thing going, plain and simple. And once you start doing the work, once you start doing the groundwork and blocking out all the other stuff that comes with it. You don't focus on the perks, you don't focus on the likes, the shares, etc. You just do the work, plain and simple. And that right there was more than enough motivation for me to keep going. Like I remember I was getting awarded something and I was like, I appreciate it. And when I came home, I just put it right up and I was like, all right, now I got to go back to work. That's what I do. And so yeah, the biggest thing was even when I wasn't quote unquote getting the amount of buzz around here that I knew was gonna happen, I didn't really let it phase me. I just kept working through it.
Right. And that man, just you gotta be able to, like I said before, you gotta believe in yourself and you gotta speak, positivity over whatever it is in life that you're trying to do and accomplish. And thing I take away from what you said is, you believed in yourself and you knew that you was gonna be something and that what you were doing was gonna touch other people. And regardless of what award or recognition you got, you said that ain't enough. You kept going because you got more goals and things that you want to accomplish. So like for instance, that's like this at the beginning of the year. I don't remember what time of the day it was, but I got on my computer, I searched up Google Docs, and I began to just write stuff that I want to accomplish this year, and just began to pray, and just began to talk to God, and I just began to manifest things because I saw a vision, I saw a goal, and I know there's things on that list that I will accomplish. I may be some things that I may not, but I know if I can at least, knock out half of that list and each year grow and, accomplish goals at hand that I want to accomplish, man, looking back on my career, maybe 5, 10 years, later, I'm gonna look back and say, wow, I done came a long way. Kristen came a long way. People that I brought on my podcast came a long way because that's what it's all about, growth.
100%. You gotta sometimes just stop and appreciate the journey. And I mean, hey, the best advice I would give to anybody that kind of wants to do something in this magnitude that I'm doing is be yourself. Don't get caught up in the negativity. Don't get too high on the highs and don't get too low on the lows. Just stay the course.
Right, man. Definitely, that's definitely true. Because I feel like a lot of people, like social media, that's the number one thing that one of the biggest ways to get, sucked into all the things, the jewelry, the cars, the clothes. That's all gonna come if you want that. But
And
don't,
then just being real, even when that comes, it's not gonna satisfy you.
right.
Because all that stuff is temporary.
That's
Everything
true.
is temporary, bro. It's a couple things that I've always stood by. I'm not driven by money. I'm not driven by all the little fancy stuff because that stuff is temporary. And coming from where we come from, people will see that and try to hate on you and try to get you. And that's when you like, nah, I don't want to get down like that. That's why you don't see me out. It's very rare that you see me doing anything out because I know my goals and I know what I'm doing. So I'm not going to the parties. I'm not going to this, not going to that. Plus, I'm in a different phase of life that a lot of my peers or sometimes people older than me can't relate to, which is fine with me. It's just the mindset that I have. And that's why I've been able to have the kind of success that I've had at such an early age.
Right. Yeah, that's something I do too. It's just I just stay to myself where I got friends and people that I talk to, but I ain't with them every day. But we always talk and we tuned in and stay up to date with each other. But as far as that going out partying, being flashy, that ain't me. But I do like to look, dress up, look nice, take pictures occasionally, and enjoy spotlight on myself and not just worry about what everybody else thinks because life is about growth, creating memories,
Yep.
loving the journey and obstacles, even if they put you down because at the end of the day you're gonna climb back up and come back 10 times stronger than you was when you got knocked down.
All the way.
Well, man, but hey, it was great having you on here. I don't want to hold you up for too long. I
I
appreciate
appreciate you for
your
having me,
time, my
man.
brother.
I appreciate it. And another piece of advice that somebody gave me that I really have like honed into is work hard and have a relentless work ethic. Be nice to people, be kind to people, because you just never know who can help you get to your next. So just treat everybody with respect, be kind, be friendly. I'm not saying go out here be best friends with people because that's impossible, but just don't be a jerk. Work hard and be nice, smile, man, and just remember it's all gonna pay off. It's all gonna pay off. This is what you really called to do, and this is what you really want to do. Hey, with God, all things are possible.
I receive it. I'll claim it. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you.
No problem, man. Peace and love, bro.
Yup. Stay blessed.
Yes, sir.